Pillowtalk with Yaz on Class 95's Love Songs.
In the studio, we're talking to Kumar. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
So we're talking about clothing because earlier you're saying that, if you want to feel good about yourself, the first thing you have to start with is to make an effort to dress well.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you have to buy branded clothes or wear what the models are wearing, but to make an effort to look better.
Yes.
So I'm sure because being a comedian, I'm sure you're always observing people.
Yes.
I think Singaporeans have gotten a lot better. The women especially, the men not quite so, but...
Yeah, the women have actually, I must say.
The men not so, right? Compared to
the younger ones are very, very conscious.
True. Means 25 and below?
Yeah.
I agree.
Because they get the money, the parents are busy working, they just here, good.
So share with us some fashion faux pas of Singaporeans, men and women that you've seen that you would like to be a mirror for right now.
Yeah, I feel the bigger girls should never wear leggings.
Really? Why?
Because
that's not what the fashion magazines say,
No, but they wear leggings and you need to also style it. You can't just wear leggings and a tight top. It just doesn't work if you're big girls.
True, because tight must be armed with loose.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you're very, very huge, leggings just doesn't go. Because even if a top that goes below the waist, your legs are so huge.
But how about if it goes past mid-thigh?
It can, but you really need to style it because if you're short, that will look really, really gross.
Okay.
And girls with no top don't wear spaghetti strap.
When are my girls with no top? Oh, boobies.
Boobies.
Right.
Don't wear spaghetti strap.
Why? But you know what? Here's the thing I realized. If you're kind of voluptuous, like you've got big breasts or ample bottom, you can't wear too skimpy either because then you look kind of tarty.
Yeah, you can't.
Right?
Yeah, you can't.
Then if skinny cannot wear, then too voluptuous who cannot wear, then who's going to wear?
No, skinny, you can wear spaghetti, but you have to wear something else on it. You just don't wear spaghetti and then jeans and then you don't have anything on top.
Really?
Yeah, because it just looks funny. You're trying to look sexy.
Right.
But you don't look sexy because you don't have the boobies. And Wonder Bra doesn't work. You know why it's called Wonder Bra, right? Because when you take out the bra, you wonder where your breast is. And a lot of guys make mistakes. And I see a lot of guys copying whatever his friend is wearing. And you see two guys walking around the street wearing the same outfit.
Really? No.
I have seen youngsters.
Like what?
Like checkers, for an example. Now,
right.
Checks are in, right?
Yes.
So Gab is having checks and Zara is having checks and everybody's having checks.
Right.
And everybody's wearing it, whether it suits you or not, because it's the in thing. You can't, if purple is the in thing, it was in thing, and you really have to style it. And being Indian, if I wear purple and if I'm dark Indian, I look scary.
That's true. I'm sorry, I'm trying to imagine you in purple and it's a bit...
Yeah, I know.
Barney purple,
Barney purple.
No.
And I feel the girls with no boobies should wear more frills, frill top or,
right.
With all the scarves, they need to really, really style it. I mean, it's just about styling.
If there was the number one fashion faux pas that you absolutely loathe, what would it be?
Transparent tops. Translucent tops. I've seen girls with translucent top who are fat.
But guys, okay.
Guys cannot wear translucent, that just doesn't work, right?
Why not? If you're really buff, those wire mesh thingies.
Yeah. S&M, kinky.
I think Brian won what?
For the Star Wars.
Yeah.
The guys this year Star Wars, they really, 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 really horribly dressed. The best was Joanne Pei.
But she got quite a bit of flack for that as well.
Yeah, because they think that she was trying to be flashy lah.
Right.
But the Gucci dress...
Because that can't be... It's a dress that cannot be worn by somebody with too much breasts.
Yeah, you can't.
Because then you become Pamela Anderson.
Yeah. And she looked like Adam's family lah, which really, really looked good.
I thought she looked pretty good as well.
And Rayan,
Yes.
Rayan looked really, really nice too.
Okay, she wore the tuxedo thing.
Yeah, the tuxedo thing.
Right. So, number one fashion faux pas is transparent tops.
Yeah.
You think it'll never come back in?
Not say transparent, translucent, because I've seen people wearing translucent tops and it just doesn't go lah.
So, we'll never catch you in one lah.
You will never catch me unless I'm wearing a jacket over.
What's the point?
I know, but it's to highlight the,
Okay.
something, yeah.
Okay. We're talking to Kumar right now, and coming up, we're going to chat more with him. Stay tuned.
Pillowtalk with Yaz on Class 95's Love Songs.
In the studio, we've got Kumar as my celebrity guest for tonight. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so we know that you've always done the cross-dressing thing.
Yeah.
Can I just say you've got fabulous gowns?
Thank you.
I'm quite envious. Can borrow? I don't think I can fit into it actually. Yeah.
Can lah.
And come back, Kumar's like, oh, what do you do to my dress? What is the most difficult thing about cross-dressing? I'd really like to know.
Parking it properly. It's technique. You have to put it right at the back.
Okay. Right.
That's the only thing. Because every time, sometimes you wear shorts, right?
Right.
On stage, and you're so conscious because you can just pop up, and you just can't wait for the song to end.
Is that why you're always fidgeting sometimes with your dress?
I'm fidgeting because I'm nervous sometimes.
Oh, so that's a
And-
little...
or it doesn't fit all of a sudden on stage, or it's coming up or something.
Okay. Moving along, have you received really extreme reaction from your audience for what you do? Like, I don't know,
did?
death threats, or a really angry audience that felt that you pushed the button too far, that you went too far?
There are nights when people, the audience were conservative, and they feel that, my God, this is too much, and they even ask me for apology.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you handle that?
I always tell them things like, if you can't laugh at yourself, don't go out. Do you know? Because you're not ready. You're not ready to go out. Don't waste your money and my time.
Right.
If you're not ready, then don't try and think that you are, because you're not. And by laughing at other races and not laughing at your own, then it's just not right.
Right.
You know, that means you are racist.
In a way, yeah.
And I'm not, because I make fun of all races. And there are angry people, and I always tell them, please don't come back, because you're not ready. You know, go and watch cartoons. You know.
That's quite brutal, actually. And what did you do after you tell them that? You tell them to their faces that?
Yeah, and they'll tell me like, oh, I'm not coming back. I say, okay, I can't force you to do anything that you're not. And I'm not going to apologize, because you are sensitive and everybody else has got used to the way I am. So if you're sensitive, then you're not ready.
Right.
So why should I say sorry? Because I'm not going to adjust. I can't be saying sorry to everybody. And you can't be pleasing everybody.
True.
So if your friend has come to the show and he likes the show, whatever, and he thinks brutal and brings you and you are uncomfortable, then don't come back.
Fair enough, yeah.
Fair enough.
Because you have that choice.
Yeah, you have the choice, what? Because you're paying for it.
And likewise, you have the choice to not apologize for
Yes.
that.
And for dinner and dance, I always alter, because dinner and dance is committee is throwing the show to them.
Right.
So you have to alter to be a bit not
Because not
brutal.
everybody made a choice of saying,
Yes.
yes, we want you, and
Yes.
the extremeness or whatnot.
Yes. And a lot of people don't understand that in dinner and dance you can't be as brutal as you are on stage. So and everybody thinks that I pick on people, and I don't. I mean, I don't pick on people unless you make it very obvious that you want to be known. You know?
And how do you tell if a person wants to be
You can
known?
tell they heckle, or they're drunk, or they talk, you know?
They talk, as in...
They talk among themselves while you are...
Well, that's just rude.
That's just rude. And even last Saturday when I was performing, the Angmo was sitting in front, we're talking, and I'm like, why? You have all the time to talk before the show.
Or after the show.
Or after the show. And you talk during the show. And you're distracting everybody else around you, because the next table wants to hear what's going on.
Right.
You
And
know?
so it's not a Singaporean thing only.
It's not. And Angmos do it a lot of times. When they don't understand, they start talking. And when they talk, they are louder than you, because they want their friend to hear you.
Oh dear.
You know, Singaporeans do it in the cinemas. I went to watch a movie, and the Singaporean guy trying to explain to the girl about the movie. I'm like, if you don't understand English, then go and watch a Chinese movie.
Or tell later.
Yeah, or don't explain word for word. You know, because it's I can't hear what they're talking about.
You don't need a running commentary, right?
Exactly. This is not Tough Club, no.
So the thing is there anything that's off limits to you? Because you talk about sex, about relationships, about life, about your observations.
I don't go so government.
Mm-hmm.
I control a lot on government, because sometimes I know I push it, and after the show I'm like, I think maybe today I did a bit too much. You know?
Have you ever received a letter from Dear Kumar?
No, because I'm not an opposition party. I don't have an agenda.
Right.
You know, I'm just talking about issues. Like
Right.
today, I can go on stage and talk about casino, or I can talk about sex education in schools, because that's the topic now. Policies are funny, and when we make sense, there won't be a reply.
When you make sense. I think that's the key thing to note, when you make sense.
They won't reply.
So
Like,
politics is the one thing that you sort of try not to go in too much.
too much, because I don't like the idea of, because whatever it is, the government has done a good job. But there are some policies that everybody makes mistake. You're human. And politics is something that we all talk about it, like among ourselves. And when I do it on stage, people laugh, because, oh my God, I just spoke about it yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Coming up, we're going to chat more with Kumar. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more Pillow Talk with Yaz on Class 95's Love Songs.